Welcome back to the Fucked If I Know Anything. Oh, that's not even the name of my own podcast. All right, I just had to keep that in there because I like to keep it real with you guys and for you to know that I fuck up all of the time and I'm not perfect at this, and I thought I could clip that out and start again, or you guys could just understand me even more, that I believe that imperfect action is is better than perfect inaction every time. So there's a little bit of duck noises at the start. Anyway, welcome to the Fucked If I Know podcast, not Fucked If I Know Anything podcast. Welcome back to episode 5 this week. So this is the last one of the series that we're going to oh my God, I can't even get the words today. Oh my God, honestly. All right, let's try this. Third time lucky. Promise to cut out any other rubbish. This is the last episode in the series of how to manifest money and how to get past your money blocks. So today we're going to be talking more about the witchy, woo-woo, magical side, because we've done all of our limiting belief stuff. We've got through the gratitudes. We've put our homework into play. We've started spending micro amounts. And now we want to know, what are some extra things that I can do to manifest money? So I want to preface this by saying there is no point in going out and buying a bunch of crystals and doing all of this stuff I'm about to tell you if you've not already worked on your limiting beliefs and you've not already started practicing gratitude for money. Because if your fundamental belief is that money will not come by you and it's really, really hard to get and all of that kind of stuff, then you're going to really struggle to continue to manifest even when you start adding all of these magical goods in. So I just want to say that if you have not done the homework from the first episode in this series and the second episode in this series of money manifestation, then stop right now, thank you very much, and go back and listen to them before you continue listening to this one. But before I dive into that, I just wanted to answer a question that came up from the last 2 podcasts from my dear friend Veronica, who also has her own beautiful podcast. And she said to me, Gabby, I have no problem in spending money. I've got no issue in spending money all the time. In fact, I like my bank account to hit 0 because I feel so uncomfortable having money in my account. What do I do? Great fucking question, and I thought I would share that with you guys so that I could answer if you are in the same position. So if you are somebody who has no problem in spending but you really struggle to save, then I want you to take the same steps but just switch them a little bit. So the first step is working through the limiting belief. So why is it that you feel you cannot save money? Why is it that you feel unsafe holding on to money? Usually that's the basis of it. You don't feel safe having that much money. So what is it that's holding you back, that's making you feel that saving is unsafe? And work through that belief and start to replace that limiting belief with, it is safe for me to have a lot of money. I am confident with my money. I am smart with my money. I can equally spend and save money. I don't need to spend all the time. So that's the first step, is going through that limiting belief and changing that up. Then with the spendings goal, which, some people will have a really hard time doing the micro spending, but if you have not a problem spending money at all, that's cool, but you're struggling to save it, then my recommendation to you is to instead set a savings goal. So I want you to put away a micro amount of money every single day, but I want you to do this for 30 days instead. So I want you to put $2 to $3 a day, or I would say ranging from maybe $1 to $10 a day. Over the next 30 days, I want you to put that away into a bank account that you've already got. So say you've got your CommBank or your NetBank or your Monzo, whatever set up. You've got your main savings or pot of money, and you can set up little accounts within your account. You know what I'm saying? Like little folders of money. And I want you to give it a really fucking fab name, which is, we're going to talk about this later on today in the power of naming things money related, but I want you to give it a really lovely name, like my super savings account, magical money manifestations, open me in 30 days or something like this, or even one of your affirmations, like I save money with ease, rename it to that. And I want you to start putting away anywhere from $1 to $10 over the next 30 days and start to build that blueprint in your mind of, look, I can save money. It's safe in there. It's not running away from me. I've spent money as well, but I've also saved money. And then we're starting to build this blueprint in your mind that you are a good saver. And then you start to believe in that new belief as well. And then from there, you can start saving larger amounts. So with everything that comes to money, with everything that comes to mindset, it all has to do with those limiting beliefs. So if you feel like you're a bad saver, you've got to change the fucking narrative. And also come back to the fact that saving is not like, people think, oh, saving is dreary. I'm miserable if I save. No one likes saving. Saving means I miss out. But that's just, again, simply a story that you're giving it, or you're entitling it, because somebody else said it was that way, or you saw someone else who saved so stringently and they were fucking miserable. But that's not your story. That's not how you want to live out your life, right? You want to enjoy your money. You want to be able to save it and can spend it. So making sure you're changing those limiting beliefs, and then create that little bank account and set yourself a 30-day savings goal. I would love to hear from you guys and how you go with this if you are someone who struggles with saving, if this helped or how you're feeling around that. I read a really good quote from my first coach, Ryan Drake, and it was basically, not even a quote, but he just made the statement that if all the budgets in the world will not help you change your fucking money mindset, right? So it's the same with saving. Like, you can't expect to save a shit ton of money and feel like that's going to keep growing and growing if your fundamental belief about money is based on fear. We must have a positive, beautiful mindset towards money to be able to attract it, to keep it, to feel safe spending it. So I know I harp on about this all the fucking time, guys, but it is literally the fundamental principle behind money, right? Behind attracting it, is that we must have a beautiful mindset around it for us to be a magnet for that same energy. So now we've got that out of the way. Let us chat about all the wonderful magical things that you can start to implement in your money manifestation to become even more of a magnet for it. So anyone who tells you that crystals don't do shit can go fuck off, because crystals are from the earth. They have energy. They literally operate at a vibration just like everything else in this fucking world does. So that is just that. We're putting that to bed. Also, the whole thing of people like, oh, crystals are placebos or manifesting as a placebo. Right. If a placebo works, it fucking works, right? And if crystals make you happy, then they make you happy. So everyone else can just go do one. Anyway, a bit sassy about the crystal talk. So before that, I want to ask you, where is your money stored? So is your money in your wallet that is jam-packed with a whole bunch of fucking receipts in there? Have you got loose change lying around the house, or is it sitting in that part in your car where you drink, like, you know, the drink holder, and it's all sticky and fucking gross? It's got bobby pins and like old soy sauces and like all kinds of weird shit in there. Have you got cash sitting in there? Do you even have a wallet at all? Where do your cards live? And have a little think about where your money lives, and would you like to live there? Would you like to live in a wallet full of fucking receipts and old shit? Would you like to be in the sticky part of the drink holder? No, probably not. And neither does your money. Your money needs a home. It needs somewhere to live. It needs somewhere where it feels comfortable and safe to its energy. And so if we treat the space that money sits in as nicely as we possibly can, then we're saying to it that we respect it, we value it, we love it, and we want to take care of it. So your first step is to clean out the receipts from your wallet and your purse and make it a nice space for your money to be in. If you do not have a wallet, go out and buy yourself a fucking wallet this week. That is your homework. Buy yourself a really beautiful purse or wallet, one that you've had your eye on. And if you are financially in the position to do so, and you've just got a little bit of a niggle of resistance, but you want to buy a really nice wallet, maybe it's like a Mimco wallet or something like that, I want you to treat yourself to the wallet that makes you feel like a bougie fucking bitch. I want you to get the wallet that when you pull it out of your bag, you're like, yes, that is a fucking wallet, right? I'm not talking borrow your husband's wallet. I'm not, that he's thrown out into the shit cupboard that we throw all of our random stuff into. I'm not saying go buy the $5 one from Target. I want you to buy a nice place for your money to be able to manifest so that it knows where it gets to live is a fucking nice place to live. You'd like to live in a mansion over a shack, right? So that's what I'm saying. Make sure that your money gets to live somewhere really special. Get rid of all of the rubbish sitting in that purse, throw it all away, and make sure it's tidy at all times. The money that is sitting in the drink holder, even if it's 5 cents, right? Even if it's 5 cents, the fact that it's sitting there getting all gunky and goopy and gross, and you don't even want to touch it because it's so gross, what kind of message are we sending to money there as well, right? By saying like, oh, it's useless money, or just throw it in the bin, it's worth nothing. Every denomination of money is worth something, and it has an energetic pull to it. And we remember from the last episodes that if we can't respect $2 or 5 cents or whatever, if we can't be grateful for that amount, why the fuck would the universe send us more money? So get all those sticky coins out of the fucking drink holder, wipe it down, clean it out, wipe the money, clean it, just put it in like some baking soda. This is coins, right? And some baking soda or some shit, some lemon essential oil, clean it up and then use it. Spend the money. That's what you could use to give you tips, right? You could use that clean, fresh money as tips. You can use it to, as we were saying, like popping in homeless jars or charity tins, anything like that. Allow that money to move and do what it was put on this earth to do, which was be exchanged for goods and services, to be donated, to be shared, all of that. So make sure that you're using the money that you've got in your little pockets around the house. Take care of it. Treat it with pride. Make sure that it feels loved. Okay, so that's your first little step. Now, When it comes to crystals for manifesting, my number one favorite crystal is a citrine crystal, and that's a yellow crystal. So I have two. I've got like an open face rock one that sits in my studio space because it's the crystal of abundance and manifestation. And I've got a little tumble stone that I leave in my beautiful clean Mimco wallet alongside a crisp $100 note when I'm in Australia, or a high denomination note anywhere else I am in the world. So having that green crisp $100 note in my wallet always made me feel like a bad bitch. I never spent it, but I always had this thought like, who has $100 in their wallet? Like that's bougie, right? So I kept that in there because it always reminded me that I'm a rich woman. Even when I didn't have a lot of money, I feel like I'm a rich woman because I have this $100 note sat in my wallet with this charged up citrine crystal. I'll tell you how to charge it in a second. And that lived in my wallet and it acted as a magnet for more. So as I was saying, crystals operate at a vibrational frequency. And so their vibrational frequency is of abundance, of manifesting. So it becomes a magnet for more of what we're trying to manifest. So in saying that, you wouldn't want to jam that into a wallet that's full of a whole bunch of crap, because that's what you're going to continue to manifest. Citrine is a really inexpensive crystal too. It's really pretty. I absolutely love it. The way that you charge crystals, there's a bunch of fucking ways you can do it. But the quickest way to do it is with smoke, like incense or Palo Santo or sage, or you can put it under the full moon. Okay, the full moon will charge that bad boy up. So take it out every month, charge it up under the full moon, and replace that back in your wallet when you feel like it needs a good cleansing. And I would say monthly is a good time to do that. So that's what you can do crystal wise. I'm not going to go full mental with the crystals this week, but that is a beautiful basic entry level crystal for those of you wanting to dabble. And yeah, it's really beautiful and very inexpensive. The next thing that we can do for money is use the gift cards that you've got laying around. So I know I said this in the last episode, but I want to reiterate it, that you've probably got abundance laying around the home that hasn't been used. So that looks like gift cards, it looks like candles, shower washers, the fancy wine, the nice wine glasses, other things that make you feel abundant as fuck. So, you know, everyone's got those like plates or wine glasses that they only keep for special guests or special occasions, like they think the fucking Queen's coming over. I'm sorry to break this to you, but she probably won't. She might, and if she did, you'd probably go out and buy more expensive fucking plates and wine glasses, but she's probably not going to. So use the nice things, use the abundance in your life, because again, that's a message sending out to the universe that we trust that more of it will come our way. When we dine off of nice plates and we drink out of nice glasses, we feel like we've leveled up. We feel a little bit more bougie. So then again, we are a magnet for more of that experience. We are living the blueprint of being a rich bitch, living the blueprint of having a higher vibrational life. So use all of those things around. Use your nice bed sheets, wear the cute pajamas, wear the nice fancy watch or jewelry that you're saving for a special occasion. Every fucking day is a special occasion. Like, I think we forget that we are not guaranteed any day on this earth, right? We're not guaranteed. So every fucking day that you're alive is a special occasion. Therefore, you should be wearing the perfume, the jewelry, the outfits, the shoes, all the things that make you feel like a rich bitch, because enjoy them while you're here. And also because you're not fucking guaranteed. You're not guaranteed that every day, right? The next thing that I can recommend for amplifying your money manifestations is changing the passwords on your laptop and your phone and even your bank account, your PIN number, to a financial amount that you're wanting to call in. So say it's $5,000. You could change your passwords to $5,000, either written out, you know, with letters or with the actual numbers. The first time I ever set on my laptop password the word six figures was the first year that I had a six-figure year. There is so much power in our words. We know this. There's power in our thoughts and power in our words. So every time I'd log onto my laptop, I'd be typing in six figures, six figures, six figures, and then it came to fruition. So don't deny the ability of the power of your words. I also do this in my bank account. So within my bank account, I've got separate savings pots, and they're all called different things. So I've got one that's called spendings. So that's when I like to spend my money. I've got one called Mojo. Mojo is just in case, like emergency kind of fund, or, you know, to get my mojo back in case I've lost all my money. God forbid I've lost all my money. That will help me get my mojo back. I've got badass business investments. So that's the money that I take out when I need to buy new gear or invest in a coach and all of that kind of stuff. And then my credit card is called emergency fund. So just changing the language around this has really helped me be more aware of my money, be more present when I'm taking it out and using it, and putting money into savings as well. I get more excited to save for things. Right now, I've got one literally titled Celine, because I would love to invest in a Celine handbag. So I put little deposits into that every now and then. so that I can build up the finances for that. And every time I put money into that savings, it makes me excited, not feel fucking dreary. Even if you're wanting to put money away for like tax or something, right? You could change it to like a cool name, like, I don't know, the tap dancing tax man. I don't know, whatever. That was alliteration. It was fucking horrible. But you can change it and change that language around it so it doesn't seem so depressing when you're putting the money into savings. Like, savings can be really, really fucking fun. It can be just as fun as spending as well. So just changing the language around that in your bank account has a huge effect. Changing the passwords on your phone and on your laptop as well is an amazing way to become a magnet for your manifestations and to just keep it in the forefront of your mind so that you are always open to, how can I make more money? How could I, what could I sell something around my house? Oh, have I used my gift vouchers recently? What's my language around money? This is going to help change that, over time for you. The next thing that you can do is also write a love letter to money. So I want you to, another little homework task, I want you to write a love letter to money, and I want you to forgive it or forgive yourself and apologize to money for the way that you've treated it. And talk to it kind of like you're talking to a partner, right? So, dear money, I'm so sorry that I thought you'd never be there for me. I'm so sorry that I was always worried about you, or that I was always wondering where you were, when in fact you were always there for me. You always showed up when I needed you. You've helped me invest in this and that. You helped us get a house. You helped us bathe our children. You helped us feed our household, right? And write a beautiful love letter to money, thanking it for all that it does for you. And you'll be really amazed at how much your language shifts when you're writing this as if it was a person, and how badly you thought of it before. Like, you're sitting there thinking, oh, you're never around when I need you, and you make me feel anxious and stressed and depressed. Like, you would never say that to a fucking person, right? I hope that you wouldn't say that to a person unless they needed it and they needed to be told it. But generally speaking, somebody that you love, you probably wouldn't speak to like that. So writing this beautiful love letter to money, signing it, love from you, and I want you to fold it up and put it under your new citrine crystal and keep it near a doorway, because magically speaking, doorway are entrances, so that's where money can come into us. Fun fact, at my family home in Sydney, we have a $1 coin glued to the entryway of our door, because that's like an old magical kind of thing, like having abundance at the door. The amount of people who try to pick it up is so fucking funny. But anyway, that's our little magical experience. So I want you to put this letter near a doorway with your citrine crystal. If you've recently been paid money in cash, or you've been paid for a service in cash or whatever, or if you feel so inclined, take out a $50 to $100 note and leave that with the money as well to even amplify it. Whenever I get paid in cash, I always leave it under my citrine crystal for a few days before depositing it in my account or leaving it in my wallet or then spending it. So keep that there for about a week, or until you feel that the energy of it's starting to kind of dribble away, or you feel not as potent about it. Then you can either burn it safely or put it in your journal. So whatever feels really, really good for you. All right, so the last two tips that I'm going to give you for the money manifesting mindset magic tips are, first of all, to write yourself a check for the financial amount that you want to call in. So maybe you have seen this, or maybe you haven't, but Jim Carrey was on Oprah like 100 million years ago talking about how he wrote himself a check for, I think it was $10 million, and he was poor as fuck, right? Like, he could barely afford to put petrol in his car. He was like struggling, really, really struggling, and he had this check in his wallet for $10 million for services rendered in 1995 or something like that, Thanksgiving 1995. And he gave himself 3 years to make this $10 million. And I think it was like a couple of months just before Thanksgiving, he landed the role in Dumb and Dumber, and the price that the cost of hiring him was $10 million, right? So he managed to make that money by having the mindset and switching that mindset. And obviously he did a bunch of fucking work in between that, let's not forget. But it was just this incredibly powerful tool that he used by having this check in his wallet. And he said it was like disintegrated and falling apart. Go YouTube, it's amazing. But he had this check in his wallet knowing that he would eventually call in this money. So finding yourself a check, like a fake check on the internet, just like print it out, write in it, or even just drawing up your own one. And write yourself a check for the amount of money that you would like to call in, date it, write your name on it. And you don't have to write services rendered for acting or whatever. You don't have to write the how. Remember, we don't want to focus too much on the how, but to just write that amount and your name on it and the date that you would like it to come to fruition. And remember to give the universe fucking time, guys. Like, he gave the universe 3 years to pull together $10 million. So don't be expecting $10 million into your account next week. Like, let's be a little bit realistic with this, right? So writing yourself a check and putting that in your wallet is absolutely amazing. And again, that constant reminder of what you're trying to strive for and what you're trying to achieve. The last thing that I'm going to tell you to do is to create yourself a badass money fucking playlist. So all these high vibe bougie ass songs, and dance to that on the regs, right? So I listen to this whenever I'm feeling a bit worried about money. I listen to it before I launch programs. I listen to it before I pay for bills. I listen to this all the fucking time. So I've called my playlist the Big Spender playlist, and it's got songs like Big Spender from 50 Shades of Grey. It's got Money Make Her Smile by Bruno Mars. It's got Boss Bitch by Doja Cat, Seven Rings by Ariana Grande, Cream by Iggy Azalea, Fancy by Iggy Azalea, I Just Got Paid by Sigala. Anyway, there are a couple of my favorite ones that you guys are welcome to go and add onto your playlist, but I want you to create a playlist of high vibe money songs that make you feel like a fucking rich bitch and dance to this regularly, because it's high vibe energy that we become, again, a magnet for. And that's what we're trying to do with all this, guys, is just continue to raise our vibrations and become magnets for our abundance. Also, if you have a little look on TikTok, or you'll probably be able to find it on Instagram too, is the Ching 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 Money song. This is my new favorite thing. I was going to sing it to you, but I'm really nervous that I'll fuck it up, so I'm not going to sing it to you. But have a look on TikTok and then start to learn this song, and you always feel like a fucking rich bitch whenever you do this. I did the Ching 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 Money Tree song a couple of days before Ambido Academy opened, and 10 people booked in, when the doors open. So I'm fully attributing it to the Ching 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 Money song, and I would love to see you guys learn it. So I hope you've enjoyed this podcast on all the magical woo-woo things that you can do to amplify your money mindset, your money manifestations, remembering that our limiting beliefs must be worked through first, and the gratitude is the most powerful part, the most powerful thing that you can do to manifest money. But we can always spice it up a little bit by adding crystals and songs and little witchy things that we can do throughout our days to become even more of a magnet for it. If you do implement any of these things, I would love to hear from you. I really enjoy getting messages from you guys on Instagram. I'm Ambido Photography on Instagram if you haven't found me before. I'll leave that in the show notes. But I love to hear from you. I love to hear from the takeaways that you get from it. I'm so grateful for when you share it on your stories. So thank you so fucking much for sharing and listening. Especially if you do any of these little witchy vibe things and you use your citrine crystal or you clean that wallet out, please tag me in photos in your stories, because I fucking love to see it. Thank you so much for joining me for this series as well. I can't wait to dive into some new topics. I've loved speaking about money to you guys, but I cannot wait to dive into some new topics with you. If you have any suggestions or things you'd like to hear about, slide into the DMs. Apart from that, I will speak to you very soon. Thank you so much for listening.